Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because with our shifting economy, we're going to have Shell stations close up to 1,000 individual locations. That is unbelievable, guys. So much to cover in the news. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, please. And today we have a sponsor, Delete Me. But let's get right into it. You know, Shell has contemplated getting rid of certain gas stations in their arsenal. You have franchises, you have individually owned, you have company owned units, and they are talking about how, with the changing economy, with sales being off in certain locations, which floors me when you think about this. How do you have a gas station with sales off? Don't people buy gas in that area? Don't they go to the Shell station? Well, Shell is going to close 1,000 gas stations. Biggest locations are going to be here on the West Coast. What are they going to replace them with? EV chargers. Okay, good luck with that. And again, in our changing economy right now, you have so many different people that are, talking about EV cars, but you don't have the EV car rebates anymore. You don't have the EV car, you don't have the solar rebates too. That's done. So Shell is going to double down on this. And they have 70,000 locations where you can get, your electric charging stations done. And I'm telling you, I know somebody has an electric car that's in my life right now. And the problem that she has right now is, oh my God, I forgot to charge my car. What am I going to do? Well, what are you going to do? Go to the gas station and fill it up? No. And then she'll have to stop places that are sketchy and have to charge it. Again, who wants to do that, man? Who's got the time for this? Got to remind herself. And it's funny now, all her friends send her notes. Hey, charge your car. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But it gets to a point that it gets kind of nutty, because when are you going to shut it off, man? But, not have to, nobody wants to worry about this. Okay. So we've talked about gasoline here in California shooting up in price. And every time I talk about this, I hear higher numbers. I've heard that we could have gas hit $12 a gallon here in Southern California. And I'm in Seal Beach at the pier right now. But that is nuts, guys. It's absolutely nuts. But again, charge your car. I found a great article about, what it costs to charge your car over gas and what's cheaper per mile. So if you want to, read that story will be below. Technically, it's a little cheaper for the electric car per mile. But again, you got to buy the electric car. So I have a friend of mine in Florida that just says, hey, I couldn't help it, man. I leased the car. Now, this is the difference between me and him. I'll drive 40,000 miles a year to shoot videos and to do my job. He goes to work, comes home, goes and has his recreation events, dates women, does stuff like that. So lease your car, have a car payment, get little down and turn the thing in. So it makes sense for some people. Okay. I knew a woman that was like, I'm going to lease a car because the payment's going to be cheaper. Well, you drive, from Las Vegas to Southern California. It's going to be stupid to do that. Oh, no, but my payment will be cheaper. I'll deal with the mileage at the end of it. Guys, I have had car salespeople tell me that they've seen, people that have had driven over the mileage limit, $10,000 that they've paid because they just destroyed that, thinking they could be sales reps and have a cheap payment and it wouldn't come back to haunt them. And it did. The next thing is Las Vegas. Spending time there over the weekend with friends. I talk to everybody. I talk to people that check into the hotels, waitresses. I talk to the cab drivers, Uber drivers. I talk to everybody. Everybody at the pool. What's it like right now? It is off. And with this changing economy, it's off, guys, right now. There's no two ways about this. You can't sit there and say, oh, it's great. Well, Dan, it's hot in Vegas right now. People don't want to go there. I am telling you this right now, guys. You could travel anywhere and get yourself a deal. And a buddy of mine sent me something that was so disturbing that I have to explain this to you, and that's Delta Airlines and the AI program. Think about what I'm about to tell you. Imagine you're a frequent flyer. Okay, Well, you may like an airline, and it just so happens my daughter likes a particular airline, and she's got, the credit card with them, the discount points, gets to go in their little hub when she goes to the uh, the different airports and things like that. So she only flies that one airline. Now, my son flies out, and I know it's on my dime. So hey, I'm getting you a direct flight. I don't want you to stop 5 times from the East Coast to here. You're going to fly direct. We get you the cheapest flight. You're going to fly out first thing in the morning. Oh, JetBlue's got that airline. That's how I do it. Now, not everybody does that. So the most wild thing that Delta Airlines just announced, think about this. They're going to use AI to determine pricing. Okay? Isn't that nuts? Well, you can sit there and say, damn, it's no big deal. I'm sure they do that all the time. No. Here's the thing. If I don't use their airline that often, I may pay more than somebody that uses it more often. What if there's something on my algorithm when I log into the portal to get my ticket that makes it so I'm going to pay more? And again, Miguel Gallego, a congressman in Arizona, says, wait a second, this is unfair. All these federal laws that allow, you can't discriminate. Well, what is this, guys? Now, here's the thing I've learned about this. I have had people tell me, do not log into with your home computer and your iPad and things like that and get your airline tickets. Clear your browser history, clear your cache, and then get your airline tickets and you get deal. Now, I've had people prove this to me, that they sit there and they will log in on their own computer and I'll log in on mine, and we get different prices for the same flight. I'm 2 rows behind them, and it's insane. Well, this AI program, Delta, could be in real trouble for this because you don't know if they're discriminating. Now, you can sit there and say, nobody, when you buy an airline ticket, no one sits there and goes, oh, Dan's a black man. So that's not that type of discrimination. So it's going to be interesting to see if they get away with this. But they're testing this right now on 20% of their flights. So, man, oh man, I'm telling you, everything right now, you have to worry about it. It's got to be that you have to shop for everything. So, there's a lot more to cover in this video. Can't wait to share it with you. But I love this area. Had to go an appointment this morning and wanted to walk down to the pier. Let's talk about our sponsor, Delete Me. One big problem in all our lives is data brokers. Data brokers are companies that go out and collect all our personal information and then sell it. There's hundreds of these sites. There is an amazing service called Delete Me, and Delete Me will go out and they will eliminate your name, your email address, your phone number, your address, photos of you, all this personal information off the web so that, you can have some privacy. You get spam phone calls, spam emails. You want to get this service, guys. Use the discount code iAllegedly. You'll save 20% off the regular price, but check it out today. If you don't want to use the link below, use this QR code. Put your phone up to that, take a picture of that, and you can save the 20%. But think about this. I've had this service now. It's been a year now, guys, and I have had so much personal information eliminated off the internet. It's absolutely amazing. When you sign up, they send you these monthly reports that are absolutely amazing, and it shows you everything that's been deleted off the internet about you. Check it out today. Contact Delete Me. Use the link below or use that QR code I just showed you. Okay? Contact Delete Me today and get your name and personal information off the web. One thing that's a hot topic in the news is immigration. And we cover things like this on the private channel, iAllegedly Live. You sign up at iAllegedly.tv. But one thing in one article that was sent to me from someone in the UK is that there are, think about this number, 1.5 million people on public assistance in the UK right now. Hello, who pays for that? You know who pays for that? The people that live there, the people that have grown up their entire lives there. Those people are paying for the immigrants that don't have jobs and have 6 and 8 kids and things like that. It is insane. And people want to have that here. That's what the problem is. And you can sit there and say, oh, you've got to have compassion, Dan. You've got to calm down with it. Sure, okay. But again, I'm telling you this right now. I get all these people that send me all the TikToks that have people that, they'll have 6 and 8 kids, and they're just doing it just to get money every month. And then now that this new Workfare has come out, where people have to have jobs, if you're able-bodied, why are you not working? Why are you just sitting there at home driving a BMW and not having a job? People are pissed off about that, to say the least. So let me know what you think about that. The next thing is real estate. Real estate is having a huge problem. One thing that I found, which was great, I found an article out of Newsweek that shows where people are behind in their mortgages. And there are regions. Of course, any neighborhood, you could have somebody in foreclosure. I get that. But the thing about the map, the heat map they're calling it, is that in the South, you've got Arizona, which had just prices doubled during COVID for houses in Arizona. They built. Everybody went there for the tax base, cheap houses, big houses. And I'm telling you guys, I don't know about you, but when you have 116-degree temperature, that doesn't interest me at all. I mean, all the time, pass on that. So I don't care how cheap my house is. So Arizona, Texas is a real problem right now, and the South in general. Louisiana is another hot spot where people are facing a lot of foreclosures and a lot of people behind. What do they consider behind? 90 days. The hottest state, worst state in the country is Florida right now. Florida is completely upside down, guys. Completely upside down. Couple things out of New York City that's wild. Think about this. Manhattan, expensive real estate in Manhattan. They've had an 18% jump in foreclosures in the last year. Between April and June, they have all these people going into foreclosure right now. So even the wealthy are getting affected by this whole debacle right now, guys. It's just not good for everybody. They're having a problem. And so the worst area, now this is crazy. It's zip code is 10022. So it's a lot of 100-year-old buildings, a lot of big square footage, the lofts, everything you see in the movies and all that stuff, all those cool locations, which I was like, wow, that's kind of surprising that people are having the trouble. But again, people are having trouble regardless of where they live. Vegas, real estate, everything. So I think that, the other thing about the gas stations, we're changing our method of work to a changing, economy. No, it's nonsense, guys. When you think about this, EV cars are going to have a real problem when it comes to the end of the year. You don't have the discount. You don't have the $7,500 coupon for people, and the same thing with solar. Other thing interesting about Manhattan real estate, think about this. Bob Dylan, that Bob Dylan, he rented a place for $60 a month, 4,000 square feet, loft area. That just sold for, are you listening? $8.6 million. Hello. So Bob could have lost that. He was blowing in the wind on that one. Anyways, let me know what you think about this. The stories are below that reference all this stuff. Let me know what you think. I'm going to finish this video with these last few things. Don't forget we have the private channel, iAllegedly Live. You sign up at iAllegedly.tv. Join our email list. Think about this one. The U.S. transportation just put restrictions on flights from Mexico, where now they're going to make Mexico record their flight plans before they fly to the United States. Wouldn't you think that would already be done? Well, no, they had a construction at one airport, and since 2022, they allowed them not to file flight plans. Hello, times are changing. New transportation secretary that actually works, so they say no to that. The next thing that's wild is, Waymo, those self-driverless cars and stuff like that. I was talking to people over the weekend that are familiar with that and how you sign up for it and things like this. Well, think about this. Since 2021, and they start testing this, how many accidents have they had? It's floored me. 3,000. 3,000 accidents with those driverless cars. How many people have died? Okay, well, 3, 5, man? How about 53, guys? This is insane, guys, that the numbers are that bad. I had no idea, none at all, that it was that bad. But the thing I get a kick out of is when you sign up for one of those things, during the little melee that happened last month in downtown LA, where people ordered Waymoos and the cars got vandalized. God, is that just a tactful way of putting that? Anyways, some idiot had to sign up for that and call a car there. So you got people that are getting in trouble for doing that. But did you know there were 3,000 accidents from the Waymos? I never knew that. Read the article, the second to last article. Final thing in this video is, for the last 5 years, we have all these, great names for work. The Great Resignation, quiet quitting, your boss is an idiot, all this stuff. Now the new one is quiet cracking. People are admitting that they're miserable with their jobs. Like, this is new. Here is the thing. If you are broke and you're unfulfilled and you're just punching a clock, well, you're part of this group, because people that don't have money, people that don't have any savings, people that force to work for people that they hate are part of this quiet cracking thing, which is just like, what are you upset about? Get a new job. Go and change your life and do that. So let me know what you think about this, because I got a kick out of it, reading this and just hearing about how, it's been one thing after another. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you very soon.